Hi, welcome back to the vlog. Little different this week, in that I'm sat in my living room. But this video is to celebrate my first year on YouTube. I've just done a little compilation of some of my favourite parts of the last year. So I've had an amazing time this year. It has been tough in parts to keep going and coming up with new vlogs to do each week and new locations. But I have enjoyed it. I've been to some amazing places, met amazing people along the way. So please sit back, enjoy a little compilation of my favourite bits, and I'll catch you at the end to say goodbye. So, welcome back to the vlog. I am currently in the Peak District, on my way to the viewpoint over Winnett's Pass. So yeah, there's a bit of colour happening now, so I'll crack on and take some pictures. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I'm looking at. So that's what's happening in the sky right now. So it is starting to light up. We've got some lovely colour in the sky there. So I'm just gonna, I've got this shot composed, just gonna take it. I'm underexposing just to get that colour out of the sky. I'm literally just firing off shots here, and I'll put it into manual focus. As the light changes and the sun comes up, I'm having to take the exposures down even more. So I'm only at a 1/6 of a second at the minute, f11 ISO 100. We're way underexposed, but obviously I can pull that out, pull all the shadows out in Lightroom and lighten it a bit with some brushes, so it's not all bad, but that colour in the sky is incredible. I've got to say, I swear the midges follow me around. What is it? Scotland, Wales, now the Peak District. This is becoming a joke. So as you can see, I've got the big boy on, 80-200, and my composition is in a vertical format, looking at the castle with the path going down. So I'll just show you that on the screen. There you go. I'll just take that shot now. That's not focusing in properly, but I'll put the image on the screen now for you and show you how sweet this cave dale is. So that's the image from here. I've showed you the other landscape images. I do prefer the telephoto one, to be honest. So now, get me, I'm going to go and treat myself. I'm going to go and find a cafe in Castleton, grab some breakfast, and then maybe we're back up to the car. So see you in a bit. So good morning and welcome back to the vlog. We are currently on the banks of Loch Lomond at Tarbert. There's an old jetty that we found weeks ago when we were travelling to Glen and Isle of Skye. We passed it in the camper van, but we couldn't stop anywhere. There was nowhere to stop here. So there's a few posts in the water that you can see here. There's a lot of rocks down below. I'm going to get low down as well. I'm hoping, well, yeah, I'm hoping for a sunrise. There's a lot of fog. It was forecast fog for sunrise today, but me being an optimist thought I'd come down anyway and give it a shot. And obviously someone's decided to park one of the boats right at the end of this old jetty, so that's a Photoshop job, I think. Also the midges, yeah, I think I'm going to have the word midges bitten in spots on my head by the end of this vlog. But yeah, I'm just going to wait for the sun to, well, hopefully for the sun to come up right at the end of the loch there, and when it does, I'll show you what I'm looking at. So I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at here while the camera's set up. There's the camera, and that's the type of image we're looking at. I can Photoshop that boat out, won't be a problem. So I'm looking at it with the posts just below the horizon line at the minute, but I am interested in a shot. I'll just show you down here. I am interested in a low shot with some of this in the foreground. I'm going to put it in vertical composition for that, and try and get some of these rocks and the posts in with the post breaking the horizon. I think that'll look quite nice as well. Getting bitten to shreds, honestly. I didn't miss Scotland for the midges, tell you. So we're still waiting for some light to happen. Sunrise is in about 20 minutes, or supposed to be 20 minutes. At the minute, that's what we're looking at. There's not a lot of colour in the sky. There's more colour in my face, and there's not a lot in that. So settings wise, well, I've got a 0.9 soft grad leaf filter in at the minute, just to darken the sky. I've got the polarizer on for the glare on the water. Settings wise, I don't know yet. We'll have to see whatever light we get at the end. I've just done a test shot now, and we were on 4 seconds at f14. So I'm going to try and bring that f-stop down just to make it more sharp. This camera runs basically around f9 to f11 at the sharpest. So that's what I'm going to try and aim for. So we're just waiting on this light, and I'll show you when it happens, hopefully, fingers crossed. So believe it or not, everyone, that's supposed to be sunrise. So hey, landscape photography is not all about winning. Sometimes you've got to adapt to get a shot. So I'm currently, I'll show you while I'm actually doing it. So this is my plan. It's going to turn on. So that's my shot. It's already focused. I've turned it off onto manual. I'll take that f-stop down, like I said, to 11, and we're getting a second exposure on that. So I'll just take the shot. That's what we're getting. So I'm waiting for a swell to come in, and then it's coming off these rocks here, just like waterfalls off the rocks. So I'm trying to capture that, and there's a bit of colour in the sky happening as well now. So I'm just firing off shots using a shutter release so that I can capture when the waves come in. I'm on a 3-second timer as well at the moment. There's a rock pool at the top, and then moving water beneath, and the colour in the sky, so all those 3 elements are making for a really good shot. I've just decided last minute there's a shop here but it needs to be in the water there, so I'm gonna have to get wet. One of those things. That is cold. But if I get the shot, it's going to be worth it. Uh-oh. Got the shot. For joining me down at Seacliff Beach in Edinburgh. This is the last of the Scottish vlogs that we've done now, so we're going to be heading back home, so just keep your eyes peeled. We've got many more things going on down in Wales and the Lake District over the next few weeks. So something that I never do with any waterfall shots, long exposures certainly, is take them handheld. What? Yeah. I'm kind of cheating because I'm using the bridge as a support, but I'm actually getting some really nice results from it, so I'm not going to start using no tripods. I am an ambassador for tripods, I love them. But in this case, using the bridge as a support, as I said. Now I'm tipping it down so that the lens distorts and gives me more of a sweeping look up. So I've got the lower falls here and the water's actually coming out like, you know, well, like spider's legs coming out. It looks lovely. The colours look really, really good. So I've got that exposed at 1/8 of a second, which is giving me some really nice detail in the water, but I'm also catching that upper fall as well in the frame. Let's take that shot now. I actually want to slow the water down a bit more, and yeah, so yeah, a world's first for me anyway. So with that, I'll put it on the screen if that was any good. Now, one of the major problems with this is that it is really, really slippy in here. I've nearly been on my arse twice now. So, just going to gradually work my way back to the camera. Set it up in the middle and I'm shooting out. On 2 seconds. ISO 100, F11. And I'll put that shot on the screen now for you. I'll put the shot on the screen now for you. But down at the Fairy Glen, you want the light to light up the end of the gorge. So every now and again, I'll just take this now. Every now and again it keeps just lighting up the end of the gorge. And I keep missing it, to be fair, because I'm talking to you. But I'm just going to concentrate on that. So I'm all set up now on this ridge. I've got it in vertical orientation. I'm going to take my first shot facing the waterfall and bridge, second with a bit of an overlap, and third pointing at the other Packhorse Bridge and the little falls over there. So I'll show you on screen what I'm talking about and what filters I'm using. So I'm using a 3-stitch vertical pano going from right to left, covering the right bridge, the centre and the left. I'm using a 0.9 ND filter and a Lee landscape polarizer. So if that pano's worked out, I'll pop it up on the screen now. So with this current shot, with the sun being out, I'm on ISO 64. I'll just show you that. ISO 64, f8, and I'm at 5 seconds. So I'm here, guys, I'm on the 99 steps. What a view it is from up here. I'm just going to make my way down. Here we are. So I'm just going to perch myself by these other photographers, and when we're set up, I'll take you through the shot. So firstly, I couldn't openly narrate my experience on the steps, as the group of photographers next to me actually turned out to be a workshop, so I didn't want to disturb them. I opted for a 3-stop ND grad to balance the sky with the darker foreground, and then I simply just played around with the exposure times, taking multiple length shots varying from a second to 20 seconds as the light faded. We were disappointed to see that the light on the steps didn't come on as planned, so I used a 20-second exposure and ran down the steps and light painted around the bottom of the light with a mobile phone torch, and it came out really well on the second image that you'll see. And I simply photoshopped in a light in the lantern on top of the pole. So this was the final set of images, so please let me know in the comments which one you prefer out of the two. We were so late for this sunset, I had no time to waste in setting up for what would be one of the best images from the trip. The sun faded beyond the adjacent headland, and the perfect amount of cloud suddenly lit up for one final awesome exposure. Hi, so we're down at church door, finally. This has been like my second attempt to get down here. First time went completely wrong location, ran out of sunlight, rained, just disaster. So this time we've come and I've decided to crash the drone. Come on. I flew it through the church door, whatever it's called, through there, bounced off the cliff, and it survived. Cannot believe how it survived. You'll see it, I'll put it on at the end. But yeah, the tide's coming in, so I'm gonna have to work fast, try and get some shots, some compositions. And when I've set up, I'll show you what I'm looking at on the back of the screen. So that's the shot we've got on the back of the camera. So I'm gonna have to do a couple of exposure blended here because the shadows on the left and the highlights on the right are really giving the camera some problems. So I don't know if you can pick it up on the back of the screen. It's yeah, very conflicting for the shadows and the highlights, so I'll play with that in post. But I'll take this shot now and I'll move around the beach a bit and try and get some other compositions. Right, so I've got this composition set up here now in vertical format. I've got the door smack bang in the middle of the frame, and I've got this seaweed and rocks in the foreground. So I'm just waiting for the tide to come in and out, and I'm just getting different compositions of it. And then I'm going to blend the seaweed and the rocks and any movement in the water. I'll blend them together of what I fancy really. So I'm on ISO 64, I'm at f14, and I'm at 5 seconds. I'm dropping that f-stop down to f8, and then I'm getting around a second, 1.5 seconds, and that's just giving me more detail in the water. So I'm playing with those different length of exposures and trying not to get wet. So I'll crack on with this one, and then I've just seen another one over there with some seaweed that's not getting soaked. So we'll go and play with that one in a minute. And then once I've done that, I'll put all the images on the screen for you. Okay, so thanks for watching this week. Little different, as I said, but if you're here till now, then I thank you. Please subscribe, comment and like if you can. And I'll see you next week in a outdoor location.